Right, we're bringing you, our lovely loyal viewers out there, a fantastic, well, we hope it's going to be a fantastic review of something we are really excited to have an opportunity to take a look at. It's the Weefun
Tina2 S Plus.
The Tina2 Plus.
S Plus.
S Plus.
So it says on the box anyway.
Okay, so what on earth is this? So first of all, we're going to get rid of the box. It all comes well and truly packaged up in a box like this, which we don't need, so take that out of there. And what we're going to do before we get stuck in on the printer, because this is cool, this is pretty amazing. Sandra has done an unbox, and Sandra has been playing around because Sandra's a scientist.
Or was.
What's in the box, Sandra? Come on, show us what's in the box.
Okay, so obviously they've got the basic printer and it needs a few accessories, so it even comes with its own stick of glue.
What's that for?
So what's that for? So this is a 3D printer, so on the base layer, which is down there, you may find that your model, the plastic PLA melt doesn't stick very well to the platform, so apparently that helps it stick if you've got issues. You've also got a spare printing nozzle. So if for any reason, there is a cleaning tool as well, but if for any reason you get a clog, you can...
We'll explain a little bit more about this nozzle in a few moments.
There's a nozzle cleaning needle,
which I'll keep hold of.
Goes with that. There is it came with the micro card or TF card, which is inserted. It goes on the top to run. So the files that you need to run to make your 3D model have to be loaded on the TF card. So it comes in a little box.
Sorry about the noise that's just happened. Our next door neighbour has decided to mow his grass on the hottest afternoon of the year.
Yeah, we're melting, but we'll carry on. And then some little Allen keys and tools, so that if you need to tweak anything or do any basic maintenance, it's easy to repair and maintain. And then there's a USB to C adapter if you need that, because I know a lot of modern laptops that now have C rather than USB.
Yeah, so if you've got a laptop that hasn't got a USB-A on it, it's a USB-C to a USB-A. And
then that's the USB that takes the micro or TF card, so when you're generating your new 3D projects on your laptop or computer, you can go into here, get files onto the TF card that then get inserted into the printer.
So basically, it's a card reader.
In short. And you also get a quick start guide, which I followed to get myself started, and it's quite easy to follow. The basic instructions are there, it's all quite straightforward. And if you need more guidance, there is a more detailed manual on the TF card on the stick. And there's also a QR code you can just scan. It'll take you to online help at Weefun.
So we are in a moment going to show you the top of this, because there is a display on here and things like that. So stay with us.
There's more details about help, advice and support on this card here, and it comes with a 2-year warranty as well. And you can run it either manually by pressing the buttons and using the online display via the TF card directly on the machine, or you can download the Polo Print app, the cloud app, and then you can work it via your phone if you wish.
Yeah, so we'll come to the connections in a moment. I'm just going to mention this nozzle. So this nozzle is quite quick and simple to replace if it does clog up. And as I say, with the needle, it's going to focus in, you can clean the nozzle, but some other 3D printers, the nozzle is removable to be cleaned. You can't do that on this model, but it is quick and simple to pull out and replace, and they are readily available as well. Mm-hmm. Just before we crack into some of the more, or the spec on it, you've got a tape measure there. We'll just give you some idea of the size of this, because so just if you look at the front here, we're approximately 20 centimeters. Yeah, and coming up height wise, 26 centimeters approximately, and coming over the top here, we're about 20 centimeters again. So it's compact, but don't let the size bother you in any shape or form.
It's really sturdy, it's really well built.
Yeah.
Really good quality sprung platform.
And I actually love the colour of this. It's got like an ivory white with this sort of quite modern orange, which is orange is quite in fashion at the moment, isn't it? My previous glasses used to be orange. I've gone for blue at the moment. So what you also need to do with this is you have got a power source that comes with it, and then you get the actual what do you call this?
PLA is like the plastic tubing that's melted to make the models. So you have to feed that from the reel through in the tube, and it goes to the end of the nozzle, and it's the end of the nozzle that gets hot. It melts it a little bit, and that's how you build up the layers for the model. So
we did on our first attempt. I have a bit of trouble threading this up, but what we did was this just unbolted here, and we just unbolted this, started to feed up, and then it fed in straight away, didn't it?
It was once it was through.
It was the initial first usage of this. So as you may have gathered, now we haven't had a play with this, Sandra. You've had a play with it, haven't you? I've not really had a play with this.
So we wanted to put it through its paces and just say, at least with the model designs that were already on the card, so just to see what it can do, didn't we? So
yeah. So again, if you download the app onto your phone, you'll use an app where you connect via the Bluetooth, etc. So don't, it's like the first time you did this, you were getting confused trying to connect your phone Bluetooth to this rather than the apps via the Bluetooth into this. So take your time and follow the online tutorials if you're a bit confused. We've got some models. We have printed some models. Have you ever seen one of these in action, or are you new to 3D printing? How does it work? So we mentioned this open source software that is compatible with this Weefun Tina2 Plus. So there's something called Wiibuilder and Cura, I think, seem to be the popular one. Another one called Prusa Slicer. So you've got open source software where you can take your own images, your own subject, where you slice them and get them ready for 3D printing. That is open source software.
And then just for those that are not new to it, if you've ever used a multi-maker, then Cura is the one that's compatible with the multi-makers.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a bit lighter. Have you got your phone at the minute? So we'll just get some, just to fire up the phone. So on the app on the phone, you can control this, or you can see the progress and things like that that it's making.
So you can use it locally, just linking direct to the printer, or you can go through the cloud. We've just got it a local connection at the moment. So I'm just connecting. There we go. So don't know how well that will show.
I'll try and hold that near the phone. As I say, the reason I'm not going to try and do this is we're on a very super bright, hot, sunny day where we're filming, so you possibly can't see that too well. But if you explain what
essentially what it is, it's like a local control panel, so it'll show you if there's a print run going, or if there's idle at the moment because we're not printing. If it was, it shows you the nozzle temperature and the bed temperature, so you can adjust those. You can control, as I said, the height of the platform if you need to optimise that. And if you're doing a print, it tells you the time, so the elapsed time of your print and any remaining time. And so I'm trying to show that, so you can adjust the X and Y.
Possibly not really going to be able to see this too well with reflection, but
sometimes you might need to say optimise the what's the word?
The print, the results.
So you might need to recalibrate. Calibrate.
So, and this little sticker here that we've got stuck on the top, this just comes over the gap. We just put that there because when we first got it, we did sort of unpull it and everything, which is on the top. I am going to come and look at this top section in a bit more detail. The display is LED, and it's very, very bright here where we're recording. But I think what we'll do now, so as I say, we have had a play with this. It was quite exciting the first time we did one, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. So can you guess what we've printed? But they can't. What you're going to see now, we're going to speed up into a minute or so, but this is about an hour's worth of printing, This, what you're going to watch now, is this actual printer doing a print. Watch this. So that was, in very speeded up, this actual machine printing. And what did we print? This was the second thing that we printed in actual fact. So bring up the cat. We bring up the cat.
Where's the cat?
Here is the cat that we printed, and I don't know whether
from this line PLA. So yeah,
I don't know whether you can see the quality of this. I mean, it is, the detail and quality is absolutely amazing.
Really impressive.
One thing that you can do, so this came with the plastic feed stuff. It was white. You can obviously get different colours, and what you can actually do was, say halfway through printing the cat, or say a third of the way through, we could have paused, I don't know, and put some red feed in, and then finished off with white. So this could have been potentially multicoloured.
It could. And also, just a quick one, the different feeds, the melting temperature might vary slightly. So this machine can go up to 245 degrees Celsius. So you just adjust the melting temperature according to the feed as well. So
the 245 degrees Celsius is giving you apparently a really efficient printing on the compact unit and everything.
But this particular one melts at 220, so it just varies.
Yeah. And the very first thing we did print, and then again we're new to 3D printing, and I'd say one of the reasons why we wanted to do this review is, going forward, it's going to become a new hobby for Sandra. So go on, let's show. Can you guess what the very first thing we printed was? Here we go. Bring it up.
There you go.
So the very first thing we did was we printed this little rabbit. Now let's put him there. The fun you can have with this, so if you've got a child or a grandson or a nephew or a niece or a granddaughter, can you just imagine the fun that you could have? We've got a young grandson. Unfortunately, he's not with us where we're now currently living. But the fun that you could have by letting the child choose a subject, so I don't know, a rabbit. It would be quite incredible. I mean, if you were a kid, you'd be like, oh wow, and you can actually print your own little playthings, your own little toys. But then going forward, again, using it then on a more professional side of things, as well as these little things, you can print things like parts. There's a whole array of, you can virtually print anything now on 3D printing, can't you?
Yeah, I was saying to Neil when I was still in work, there was a really expensive microscope and there was just one little wing nut adjuster that the plastic had cracked. So one of our previous colleagues just printed a new one, and yeah, and it worked and everything.
Yeah, so again, the actual software that you do to do what's called the slicing, that produces the file for the 3D print, is, I said, the Weebuilder and the Cura and the Prusa slicer. These are open source bits of software, so they're not like you've got to go and buy a very expensive branded piece of software.
And we should perhaps add they are all compatible with different operating systems as well. So if you've got Mac OS or Windows and so on, yeah, it's all compatible. And
then the spools, as I say, with your print line on it, I'm calling it print line on it, but these are readily available as well. So from the Weefun website, you can buy them from it. So it's terribly simple to operate, and you've just seen some of the little fellas that we have printed. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Sandra to just go through the control at the top and see whether or not we can get this to read. And say we're on an incredibly warm and very bright day at the moment, so we're just going to turn this round and turn the camera around and try and show you some of the manual ways you can adjust this from the control panel. Right, so we're filming this on an incredibly bright day. You're not going to be able to see this display panel too well, but first of all we've got the TF card here, the micro SD card with the files we just printed on are here, and again on the top here we've got the QR codes we mentioned earlier, and this is just a sticker that we printed off, and there's just a little bit more information about the slicer that you need. Do you want to explain how this works, Sandra?
Yeah, so when you first power up, you'll get the default screen, so you just depress the main button, press it once, and then it'll say info, and it'll give some different options. And then you turn the dial to go down to different options. So you might be preparing Wi-Fi network, but we're going to go to print from TF, for example. So assuming you've already got your 3D program files on your card reader, press again, and then you get another screen, and you select which one you'd like to print. So we've done the rabbit. So say just for example we wanted to this time print a dragon. So we click on that again. And that's now the file, and then you've got different options there again. So it says layer height, so you might need to do an adjustment, density adjustment, type of filament, PLA is one, but there are other types of filaments, so set all the settings as you want them. And then, so I'm just going to go back a screen, and then when you're ready, you can print or you can quit if you don't want to go ahead with the print. So I'm just going to press quit for now, and then go back up to the main screen at the top. Ooh, where's it gone? Yeah, main screen, and that'll take you all the way back to the default screen from the beginning.
So here's the rabbit that we printed before, and if in Sandra's hand here, I'm just going to focus in on it so you can see the detail on the rabbit. And then if we can try and get the kitty, so can you see the detail that this is actually showing? Isn't this amazing? And I'm just going to bring it around. Just lift your hand up a little bit higher, Sandra. That's fine. Down a little bit. That's it. Okay, that's it. Even its little tail on its bum is here. And there's the little cat there. So can you imagine now printing that and the whole excitement of seeing that come out the other end? Right, so in conclusion, because you've never used one of these, I've never used one of any of these before, and be honest, because we only want to do honest reviews. By the way, I don't know what we must have mentioned, if you want more information on this and where to buy it from, and you're going to be very surprised of how affordable this is, there are links in the description down there below. So, your first time ever?
Yeah, it's been pretty straightforward to set up and use. So, I mean, IT setup and passwords are not my strong point, as I'm sure Neil will tell you. But apart from that, I'd say it's been quite straightforward and not too challenging, and really lovely results.
So I think the results speak for themselves, don't they? And I know we're grown-ups. And last night when we set this up and we had to play with it, it was quite exciting watching, wasn't it?
Yeah, when it finally all started to come together and the layers started building up, yeah, it was quite cool.
So there you go. So from us, well, certainly from myself, I'm giving it a thumbs up. What about you, Sandra?
I say yes.
And as ever, there are links down there in the description below. And Weefun, thank you ever so much for allowing us to take a look at this fantastic product, the Tina2 Plus. We've been thrilled to bits to actually do the review, and we've been... Oh, I just killed a rabbit. At that point, I think we better say goodbye from myself, Neil Taylor, the Campsite Warden, Sandra, the Campsite Warden's wife, and Kitty, the lucky cat.